All righty. And yes, oops, let me lower my music before I get whatever, whatever they want to do to me. Hold on. All righty. First off, let me make sure everyone can hear me. I see Bat 13, I do believe, was first up. And again, just let me know you can hear me. I got these headphones in, so it kind of fugaces everything. Okay, so Kiki says she can hear me, so that's that. So Bat 13, there we go. Now I don't have to look over there. I can look right here. My man Bat, Daddy Dutch Kent, Mr. Mike Mullins, if he is still out there. I appreciate you for popping in. Of course, my man James Bearden. We got Scotty in the house. Of course, Kiki's in the house. Maddie's in the house. Judge Webb is in the house. I do believe it was just his birthday, so happy birthday to Mr. Webb. And there you go. And Scott says, sounds good. And Scotty with the humor. David Bass, what is shaking? My man Mike, how you doing? Hit that thumbs up. There he is. I appreciate you popping in. And of course, we are waiting for my man CJ to pop in. I will get him right up when he does. I got to tell you, man, those popper sandwiches were so friggin' good. I ate them for the next 3 days. Basically, what I did was I heated them up in a sauté pan with some butter, and I practically burnt the bacon, but I did it on purpose just for that extra flavor. And the middle stayed nice and still the middle stayed chilled still, and the bread was still nice and soft. And Kent, man, that's a friggin' that is good stuff. If anyone watched that video, and it got good views for my channel. If anyone watched that video, I mean, I know I say it a lot, but man, you got to make that. Um, it was friggin' awesome. Let me just pop over to Facebook. Okay. Yeah, it was friggin' good, man. I mean, really, really good. And there is Craig checking in. What up, HT? Johnny Stone. And I think I got Maddie and Kiki. I have not seen Barbecue Mama yet. I'm telling you, man, I would say everybody to make that. It was that good. It was that good, and it was such a cool little snack too. To have maybe one at night or maybe one in the morning for breakfast. I mean, after all, it does have bacon in it, so why not? And like I said, man, it was freaking good. I'll make them again, and I'll make them this summer. Happy daylight savings time. I love it. And there is my man Corey. I'm just popping over to Facebook, make sure everything's okay with our guest tonight. I don't see him in the chat yet. If he messed up on the times, if he thinks I'm in California, he'll be messed up on the times, and I'll have to bring other people on. So everybody get your little camera ready. So, yeah, daylight savings time and I said, "What's up?" to Corey, I do believe. Daylight savings time, I still dig it. I know, a couple places wanna get rid of it. I don't know if does Canada have daylight savings time? I probably would say they probably don't, but I don't know that. It is still light out here, so that is pretty cool. 6 o'clock. Hold on. So I'm not getting my chat now, hold on. Oh, there you go. Now I got my chat. Definite improve well, I don't know about that, Kent. Sausage would be damn good, man. You know, I only went with, the ground beef because like I said, it was gonna be more of a nighttime snack for me, but I could see sausages as being killer for sure. And dang. Oh, so you do have so Canada does have, daylight savings time, I guess? And I'm guessing Maddie is probably all screwed up. She stayed out late, was that Friday night, I do believe? And there is Joni Moss. If I pronounced that did I pronounce that? Johnny Moss? My man C-Mac checking in. Scotty dropping links. I'm not sure what that is. And I'm not sure what that is. Bacon cracker things. Okay, so Kiki says they do have daylight savings times. There you go. Yes. Maddie is half asleep. And Arizona does not have daylight savings times. So I guess, Corey, you're talking about that sandwich popper thing that I made? I'm thinking, Mr. CJ Clarence might have got messed up on the times because it's 10 after now. Usually I tell them to be here at 6, so he might have got messed up. We'll give him a little bit more. I don't know if anybody wants to Scotty, did you ever get your camera fixed? Okay, I've not seen that cracker trend. That is mama and papa correct. Usually, I tell them I try to have them be here at 6. I don't got 'em. Can I'll drop a link. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat. If he pops in here, then I'll just dump whoever's in. But if anybody wants to pop in, Maddie, Kiki, if you wanna pop on real quick, that'd be great. Kent, Corey, Scotty, Pit Wizard, I almost forgot you. I see you there. There is my man Mark. Al, what is happening? So tomorrow I'm doing so actually there's a lot of cool things going on. This has been a great 2024. I have to say, and I hope everyone else is experiencing the same. Um, you know, it's been a great start. I got a new Lone Star in the garage. Um, I got about 15, 16 grills on the property, so I'm gonna be having a sale. I think I'm gonna cut ties with some of them that didn't pan out. Um, Houston, we got March coming up, and I know the girls will be announcing some stuff, so that's gonna be exciting. I'm also going to the, Chicago. I'm actually going to work, the Inspired Home Show in Chicago. If anyone's in the Chicago area, stop in there. It's supposed to be a pretty big home show from what I hear, and that's gonna be next week. And I got a Facebook user telling me to keep those halos. Let me see if I can see who that is. That's probably on the Halo group. Bear with me here for a sec. I like to acknowledge people when they and that is Travis Lee popping in over on the Halo page. I'm gonna bring Daddy Dutch in. If anyone else, the girls, Maddie, Kiki, fire up those cameras. Anybody else? So before I go to Kent, I'm not sure on the Halo. Whoops, did I dump you? There you go. I have to wait and see. Halo was sold, and all my connections left. Now, I'm not saying that you need connections, but I don't know. I have to wait. So the one thing that turned me on about Halo is they advanced the pellet game, they advanced the griddle game, they advanced the pizza game. I don't know which way, which direction the new company is gonna go. So I have to wait to see, how that, direction's gonna go. Once I find that out, I can figure out what I'm gonna do with Halo. But, time shall tell, we shall see. So what is shaking there, Kent, Mr. Daddy Dutch?
Not much, brother. How are you?
Hold on, let me see. I'm not getting any sound.
Uh-oh.
Bear with me here, man.
No, I'm not CJ Bat. You're right.
Go ahead, Ken. Say something now.
Something now.
Yeah, so now hold on. Good thing CJ didn't come here because I'm not getting no sound.
Test.
Now I'm not playing with my ear. I'm actually turning up the sound.
Test.
Go
Chat.
ahead, Kent. I got you.
Oh, you got me now?
Yeah. Is there any echo? Can you?
No.
All right, hold on, because I'm getting an echo. Hold on. Still working my kinks out. So everybody can hear me good? Everybody can hear Kent good? I'm saying yes. So go ahead, Kent.
All right. No,
So
I sent CJ a message just in case he's off doing something, but I haven't heard back from him. So
yeah, I think he may not know. I don't know where he lives. So I don't know if he knows where I live or any of that stuff. Usually I say East Coast, hope everything's okay with him. If he pops in here, obviously I'll pop him up. So anyway, and again, I dropped a link in the chat. I know Kiki said she's in her night robe, I do believe.
I figured the girls probably had to, do hair and makeup before they can make a professional appearance,
In my house coat. I gotta see that, Kiki. You gotta pop in here with that house coat on. Maddie, let's go, man. Let's get on the air here.
I'm guessing it's tie-dye.
That Kiki's house coat?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's like 3 years old or so, may have a rip or two in it, something comfortable.
Buffalo
That's
plaid.
what I'm gonna go with.
Maybe red and black check, buffalo plaid.
I mean, I'm not sure on the color, something light. I already guessed on Maddie, full pajama, top and bottom matching. I believe I guessed on that and guessed that right. So let me see if I guessed right on Kiki's nighttime wardrobe. And there is my man Steve. If you want to pop in, Steve, just come on by. We were supposed to have CJ on, and he's a little running late, so I'm just bringing people on. We got Kent on here now. So yeah, so that's no joke, man. I knew when I had those poppers in Houston. I knew right away on first bite that I was going to make them. They're that good.
I've used them several times. We have what's called menu masters up here, so it's all men.
Mhm.
It is a fundraiser for the local school, and our first year in, we used those. We won best appetizer with them.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
they're simple. The prep, as you showed, is basically nothing. 15 minutes of prep, make your sandwiches, wrap them with bacon, cook them till the bacon's the way you like it. Boom, you're done.
yeah, I mean, you know, friggin' good, man. I mean, I wasn't home but a couple days, and I started working on putting that recipe to get that recipe out there, because it is that good. And again, I reheated them up with and like I said, in a saute pan with some butter, and I kind of burnt the bacon on purpose. The inside filling still stayed cold, which is a nice contrast with the heat, with the jalapenos in there, and the bacon and outside was nice and crispy. It was almost like a Monte Cristo,
Yeah,
like the old Monte Cristos. It's
right.
freaking good, man. I'm actually making for Z Grills um, a because I'm into these poppers lately, but I'm actually making a jalapeno stuffed mushroom.
Ooh,
Yeah, I have to figure that recipe out. I'm still, working on that.
that you just, as Uncle Steve would say, I just went from 6 to midnight on that one.
Yeah, I mean these jalapeno things. I'm just kind of getting into them with those chicken bombs and a couple. I haven't really done those on my channel. I know they're popular. Sometimes they get views, sometimes they don't. Whatever. But when I get excited to make something, sometimes I don't care if it gets views. You know.
I,
Um,
I agree 100%.
Yeah, if I'm doing something for views, like let's say like I do a brisket, a lot of times that's going to be for views, and if it doesn't get the views, you get disappointed. But when you're doing a cook that you're into, you really don't care about the views.
And I know you're doing it full time. This
Yeah.
YouTube thing is just kind of my hobby, my release.
Hmm.
Um, you know, um, so I cook what I want, um, and it's no different. You're talking about the popper kick. I'm always on a jalapeno kick. I love jalapenos. If you look back here, half of these plants starting from seed are jalapeno plants.
No shit.
Yeah, I got 238 plants back there from seed.
Wow.
But uh, that's why I did the jalapeno popper mac and cheese. So it's the same
Mm.
the same stuffing that goes in the sandwich. I just mix it with elbow or shells, whatever noodles you want.
Hmm.
Uh, make a Mornay cheese sauce to go with it, or put some shredded triple cheddar over the top with some diced up bacon, and you got jalapeno popper mac and cheese. And
Yeah.
that one goes over. I get requests for that all the time.
I mean, nothing gets my blood going as much as a good recipe. It's always been like that with me. I mean, doing briskets and ribs and all that jazz, it's all good. But, half the time you sleepwalk through it. Um, nothing gets me going like a good recipe. If I'm working on a new recipe, like even like that jalapeno stuffed mushrooms, if I'm working on a new recipe, I'm a happy camper. Tomorrow I'm doing a Thor's hammer, a shank, and I used to do them in the late 70s and 80s. The Osibuka, it's kind of the same thing. I mean, it's cooked a little. It's going to be cooked different, obviously, but it was very popular back then, and so I'm a little excited about that.
Oh yeah,
Um, but I love. I get jacked up when I have a recipe to do for sure.
definitely. So hey, I didn't plan on this, but I am actually cooking supper right now. I'm gonna kill the
Yeah,
cat for a second, and I'll be right back.
yeah. Go ahead, go ahead,
All right, buddy.
go ahead, man. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna throw a. Hold on here. And of course, my man Kipper is watching down in FL. Hold on one second. So here is, and I see someone else in the back. I like this open mic. Let me bring Al in. What is shaking, man?
What's up,
Can you,
Tommy?
there he is. Hold on one second. Let me just pop this screen, share screen up here.
Turning off the YouTube real quick. I was getting an echo.
Okay. So there is that's that popper dish that I made. Um, and I'm telling you, if you guys are into doing something different like a recipe, that's a killer recipe for sure. I don't know what pictures you're going to see here, but this is a recipe I did today, or did I do it yesterday? I did that for Z Grills. That is a honey chili chicken wing, but I finished it in some oil to crisp it up. Another amazing recipe. So what's shaking now?
Oh, nothing much, man. I just got done with early dinner. I made some. I made some New York steaks and some peri peri chicken thighs from Wild Fork.
Okay. I've been getting a lot of stuff from Wild Fork. That's where I got that hammer. So I don't know much about you, Al. I mean, I've seen the name, but I don't think we've ever spoke. Is that correct?
Not on the live.
Are you a
No,
YouTuber or a comp cook?
I am a YouTuber. Actually, I think I've commented several on several of your videos, maybe a couple, and I got the whole idea from my backyard barbecue shack from you. The uh,
Okay.
the rustic, the rustic look that you got
Hmm.
going on. So I kind of ran with that. Of course, it's a little bit different, but yeah, I got the idea from you, and I've always given you credit when people ask, where I got the idea from.
Now, what's the name? And I apologize. I'm not going to fake it like I can remember who you are or your channel because I just don't fake it. But what's your channel again?
Al Lunacy Q.
Okay. If somebody
Like
wants to
barbecue.
pop that link in the chat, how long have you had a channel, Al?
Um, this is my second year. Last month. Last month it's been my second year.
And how's it going?
So
How many subscribers do you have?
not much yet, man. I'm at 2,600.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
2,600. It's a process.
it's a long road, man. It's a
Yeah, it
long
is.
road. And unless in today's day and age, in today's day and age, Kiki, I do like this open mic. I might run with this for a while, just bringing people on because, like I love meeting new barbecuers, and I wouldn't be meeting Al right now if I didn't have this kind of open mic deal thing going. So this is kind of cool. So it is a tough road out. I think it was a
Yeah,
lot easier probably 10 years ago and a lot
I've
easier
heard.
5 years ago than it
That's
is
what I've,
today.
that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But as long as we're doing it for fun, I think that it's easy to get discouraged. But if you keep that in mind, you're doing it for fun. You don't feel like you're in a time crunch to put out material. I mean, we all do for at one point in time, right? But what's going on, Simon? What's going on, Scotty? Um, um, I mean, as long as you keep that in mind, try to not make it feel like a job, and you have fun while you're doing it. I think we're okay.
So it's funny you say that because I was just talking to Ricer uh, the other day, and he gave me a lead on some work, uh, and basically I can't take on any more work because if I take on more work, when I say work, I'm talking paid jobs, cooking,
Right,
then it's gonna
right,
it's gonna start feeling too much like a job. It's going to
right,
start feeling, it's going to start putting pressure on me, um, just to try to get all these cooks done. And it's going to feel too much like work. And I feel I could make enough money doing this without feeling like I actually have a job, if that makes
right,
any sense. Do you
right.
work full time?
I work full time, but this is my last year working full time. I'll be retired next year.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I'll be
How old are
retired
you? You
next.
don't look that old.
I'm 54, so I'll be
Oh,
55 next year.
so you're a union guy?
Yes, I am a union guy.
What union?
NTEU, it's a federal government union.
And
So
where do you live?
I live in South Texas.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now you didn't go to Houston when we were there, did you?
No, I didn't. Simon from Yes I Can Barbecue uh, had been asking, and I kind of wanted to go, but I had so many things going on, and like you, I'm or like taking on jobs. I've taken on a few jobs where right now I'm doing the Amazon storefront, so I'm
Hmm.
getting a lot of merchandise from them,
Yeah.
and so the deal I have going with that is I get one for me to test out, and then one to give away. So
Yeah.
for the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'm going to be doing giveaways on my live on
Hmm.
Tuesday night. So that's how I'm going to try to grow,
Yeah.
at least for a while. You know,
It's a never ending. Uh, there are many different streams and many different ways to make money doing this. If you learn to not rely on YouTube and Facebook, if you're making any money out of there, or Instagram, there are many ways to make
oh,
money doing this. I think once
definitely, Tommy.
people go ahead.
I, I was just picking up some beer earlier, and across the convenience store there was two ladies selling brisket plates. And I went
Hmm.
over there and I asked, how much are your brisket plates for next time? Because I'm already cooking something. They're like, oh no, we're sold out of brisket.
Hmm.
They're selling them for $13 a brisket plate, rice and beans and a brisket, several slices of brisket, and that had me thinking, man, I can do money, on the side, cash money, selling plates, whatnot.
Hmm.
Once you have a presence on YouTube, people are going to want to try your food. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And of course, I got the Amazon storefront going, and then I some of the grills that I've tested and reviewed, I've sold them. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I have to make room for the new ones coming in. So
Yeah. So
definitely
CJ just popped in.
okay.
So I'm going to bring him on, Al. I'm going to, but
I'll be back. I'll be in the chat.
yeah, and I'm going to do this again with some open seats. So hopefully I'll see you again and learn a little bit more about you, man.
Hey man, thank you, Tommy.
Thanks, brother. And before I bring CJ in, let me dump Daddy Dutch. Before I bring CJ in, bless one, he just posted that up on the thing there. What kind of pit do you have? I don't think it says it in there. What kind of pellet grill? Help! I'm really struggling with my smoker. A little bit more details, please. There he is. What's shaking, man?
What's happening, Tommy? Man, I must apologize. I
No
screwed the
problem.
time up. Yeah,
You know what?
I absolutely screwed the time up, man. I'm sitting back chilling, and if I didn't just check my text messages, and I saw
Can't.
Daddy Dutch's
Yeah.
checks, I am absolutely sorry about that, man.
It's all good because it helped me to come up with a new platform, which is maybe like an open seat. Like I just learned a little bit about Al that was speaking right before you came on, and I really didn't know anything about him. So kind of like an open seat,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
bring people on. I might try that in the future. So
Well,
I don't.
Al is my man, man. Cool dude.
There you go. So I don't really know much about you. What I do know, because I have commented on some of your videos in the past, and I do believe I've commented you props because one thing I know is food and cooking. So when I watch a YouTube channel, I can tell easily if this is somebody who works the camera good and did some studying on the recipe that they're doing, but kind of really don't really know all the ins and outs of cooking. They're just playing a YouTube cook on YouTube. And then there are ones that I spot out that I watch. It doesn't take more than 5 minutes. And I say, this dude's got chops. This dude knows what he's doing. And I do believe I have commented on that over the year on some of your videos because I'll
Yes, sir.
always try to, always try to watch your videos because, quite frankly, there's always stuff for me to learn. So I'm happy to get to know you a little bit more. I was a little shocked to find out that you've been in the YouTube game for, you said what, about 3-4 years?
Yeah, going on 4 years. Yeah, this is going to be September is going to be our 4th year complete.
Okay, now are you a pit master? Do you have cooking background? Let me know how you got started. Are you doing this full time?
Tommy, I'm retired military,
There you go.
and when I retired from the military, I had some time on my hands. I was teaching public school after retirement, and when that got the best of me, thank goodness, man, I had already discovered competition barbecue.
Hmm.
Like many other people out there, I saw my first episode of Pitmasters, the show, way back in give or take 2010 or whatever the case might be. And I started competition barbecue. And man, we did really well over the years. And COVID kind of pushed me into YouTube. And to be honest, prior to COVID, the only thing I knew about YouTube were pretty much movies.
Hmm.
I didn't know that there were just so many different areas of YouTube. Man, if you're into something, YouTube has got a group that's all about it.
Oh,
And I didn't
definitely.
know. And in 2015, the wife and I started giving a competition class. And man, I really enjoy instructing the whole 9 yards, and that did really well. And there were people asking me, "Hey, how come you're not doing YouTube?" And I was like, "Doing YouTube, you know?" And they kept asking. So finally, I looked into it and found out what YouTube was all about. And in 2020, when COVID kind of shut things down, there weren't any competitions. Um, Man, I really had that energy, and I had the drive, and there was something missing, not having the cook-offs, because Mom and I, we were doing cook-offs probably 3 weeks out of every month, you know, and with nothing to do during COVID, man, we decided to pull the trigger on a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And we dropped our first video in September of 2020, I believe. And man, the 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 kind of feedback we got, man, I really, really enjoyed it. You know, things were very slow at first. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows your channel. Uh, and man, we all know even when you think you're doing a solid video, doesn't mean that views are going to follow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's something that we get used to pretty quickly. But we just kept pushing. Now, I've always enjoyed cooking, man. And I don't know about calling myself a pit master. We've won a ton of competitions. Our competition class is great, but you know the title. I always say that the title is something that other people might bestow on you if they feel you're worthy. But I've never thought about calling myself a pit master. Uh, I've back here in this deck, man. I've got, I don't know, almost 10 different pits.
Mm-hmm.
Everything from Traegers right on down to Weber's, offset stick burners. So I'm very confident in just about any style of pit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if that makes you a pit master, then so be it. I don't know. But
Yeah.
like I
So
said, right now I'm absolutely enjoying this YouTube thing, man. The channel is doing fairly well. Uh, Nice steady growth, and I'm glad that you watch, comment, and enjoy some of
yeah.
our videos, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I would say you're a pit master. I would uh, qualify. Is it qualify? Is that the word? I would qualify a pit master as somebody who does a comp cook. If you do one comp cook, I personally would say you're a pit master. If you continuously do comp cooks, then you're just a pit master. Um, somebody who cooks in their backyard and they like that term pit master, so they could be a backyard pit master, something like that. I'm not a pit master. There's the comp cooks just aren't my style. I'm more of a kitchen guy than a barbecue guy. Um, I worked in the restaurant for all my life growing up. So kitchen is that's how where I got my chops. The backyard barbecue stuff is I've always cooked. So I've always cooked in the backyard growing up, Weber kettle, blah, blah, blah. Um, and then YouTube just stuck me in the smoking corner and I can't get out,
Yeah,
So, you know, it's kind of like I see my guy CJ, the other CJ pop
yeah,
in
yeah,
here, he does that ninja and it's like, he can't, even though he's blessed by it, there's no doubt about it. I'm sure it's a double edge for him, but once YouTube puts you in a corner, it's hard to get out of it. Um, so I would love to do kitchen types cooks, but nobody watches them. So, I guess really what's the point? Um, what
you know,
grills
I
are,
initially we did not paint ourselves into the barbecue corner, you know, where Mom and Papa Joe's barbecue, but that barbecue and our moniker comes from our competition days.
okay.
And leaving the comp scene to the YouTube scene, uh, you know, we definitely did not want to paint ourselves into a barbecue corner.
Mhm.
Because if we were looking at just barbecue in the traditional sense, we'd be leaving a lot of potential viewers out there. You know, I've always felt. So I enjoy being able to throw in a stovetop or an oven recipe
Love it.
every 5 or 6 cooks or so. And to be honest, Thomas, some of our oven videos main are some of our best performing videos. There's
Good
a
for you.
huge amount of folks out there, you know, who aren't confident on the grills,
Mhm.
who may not have a grill, who may live in an apartment or complex or condo where they're not allowed to grill, and they want something decent to eat uh, along the lines of barbecue. So, man, we've been able to do several videos where I would treat that protein just like I would on the grill,
Mhm.
in the oven. And I'm here to tell you, man, you cannot tell the difference side by side. Something on an offset smoker alongside my brisket on the in the oven, bark the whole 9 yards,
Yeah.
exactly the same, and they really perform well. So, uh, not doing them, I think you're leaving out a significant number of folks, man, that would enjoy it.
You know, it's quite true. Cooking, I don't know if it's because the schools don't have home ec no more. I don't know what it is, but I feel, and this is in Jersey. I don't know how it is. I'm sure it's different everywhere, but I feel like a lot of these kids get their first grill when they get married, you know, and they had, it's weird, man. They don't know any, I don't know anybody that grills. Burgers in the backyard, maybe that's it.
That's
But
it. Yeah.
when I was growing up, we grilled. We grilled all the time in the summertime. It's just a forgotten. It's just the kids. I guess it's just the way it is. But Uncle Steve wanted me to ask you about your oven ribs.
We've got an oven rib, pork rib, and an oven uh, beef rib. And I'm here to tell you, man. I think he might be asking about the beef ribs. I did some oven beef ribs using Uncle Steve smoke bomb and another Uncle Steve that were just so off the charts, Tommy. Uh, and like I said, you know, can't tell the difference. And it might have been a combination of a sauce and the Uncle Steve smoke bomb, but those things came out looking like they even had a smoke ring. And the
Yep.
thing is, I did not attempt to generate a fake smoke ring. It
Hmm.
just happened that way. Maybe a combination of the smoke bomb and the sauce that I used. But yeah, if you're out there, man, and you're looking for some good barbecue and you're not confident on the pit, or you can't grill at your residence, the oven will get it done. The oven
Yeah.
will get it done.
I wish people would. So the flavors that you can produce in a kitchen, on an oven, just, to me, outshine anything you can cook on a grill. I mean, I know we like the chars and stuff, and it's all good. I love the chars. I joke with Scotty, backyard barbecue, because I'll almost burn my food to get a char, and because that's what I like. But you can mix, if you know how to cook at a stove, and you can mix up sauces and 10 ingredients. I mean, that's, to me, that's cooking. That's where it all starts for me, is in the kitchen. And I wish more people, maybe it's the generation too, because now the husband and wife both work now.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
who's cooking?
yeah.
Who's cooking? The wife is getting home, 5:30 too. So who's cooking now? So back in the day, it was just different. It was easy. How old are you?
I am 61.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're the same age as me. So
yeah, yeah.
you know that back in the day it was easy living. At least where I was. Everyone has a story, everyone has a struggle, but in the 70s was a lot easier than 2000s,
Oh yeah, oh
24
yeah.
for the kids, for the kids. I had a conversation with my wife the other day about some of the things that have changed, and some of the things that have changed is like those shopping malls are gone. uh, Drive-in movie theaters gone. These are all memories. Roller skating rinks. These are all memories that we had growing up as a child that are gone, and gone with all that stuff is just the barbecue pits. And people get them from Lowe's or Home Depot when they get married. I see them shopping all the time, and they're the young couple, you know picking out the Weber, for $1,200. So it's just different. I guess it's just a different world right now.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. you know. So what are some of your favorite things to cook? What do
Uh,
you Go
I
ahead.
I I consider myself a recipe cook, man. I love recipes. I love
Yes,
cooks that requires a
my
process.
man. Yes.
It's easy for us to just open a bottle of rub, throw it on some meat, throw it on the grill, and make a video. But
I knew
yeah,
I liked you for a reason, man, because you're in my head right now, and
but
God,
I'm at a point, Tommy, where uh, I'm looking for challenges, man. I'm
yes,
always looking to level up. Uh, I love being able to take an everyday protein and do something that nobody else is doing. If I can take a rack of ribs, man, and cook it in a different way, or do something with it, just try to separate myself from the herd, so to speak.
yeah,
I think it people are going to enjoy it. Everybody sees the same old. We season some ribs, we put it on the grill for a couple of hours, we wrap it, we sauce it, boom, video finish. Man, I want to do something different with those
yeah.
ribs.
I bet.
I am a fan of Mexican cuisine. I'm a fan of Asian cuisine. So very often I'm just doing a mashup where I'm taking a little bit of Asian, a little bit of Mexican, man,
Yeah,
and doing something different in the kitchen. And man, more often than not, it turns out well. When it doesn't, we still have dinner. Because all my cooks taught me are dinner. I am
yeah.
the only time I don't consider our cooks dinner is when I do something like brisket. I'm
Hmm.
not the biggest brisket fan in terms of eating it. While I enjoy cooking it,
Man, you
uh,
are you're
yeah,
right. You're
yeah,
in my head, man.
yeah,
I'm not. I don't really get it. I just popped up on the screen because this is a recipe of a chicken wing that was a little bit involved because it was you make the sauce, you bring some hot oil into the equation, and it's a chicken wing recipe that was because
yeah,
you were
yeah.
just talking about recipes. I thought I would throw that up, but I'm right there with you. Now I'm going to try to do a brisket a month. Okay. I got a lot of new pits coming in. I'm going to try to do a brisket a month, but I'm there with you. I'm not. I don't jump through heels over it.
And the thing is, Tommy, brisket videos do well for the most
Mhm.
part.
Yeah, for the most part.
For the most part. But I might try. I think I'm doing something maybe every other month or maybe every third month. I'll throw a brisket one in there. Uh,
Mhm.
because it's not something that we want to eat. And my neighbors, they know if I'm doing a brisket video, they're gonna get brisket during
Yeah.
during the next week or so, man.
You
But
know.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. So ever since I started um, hot holding my briskets, They're a lot more easier for me to do because I couldn't stand doing a brisket, and the wife would say, what times it's going to be ready, and I would say, 4 o'clock, and she, after a year or two of that, she would just laugh at me, and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
never ready. And then after 12, 13 hours, who the hell wants to close? Who the hell
A
wants to
video.
film the taste test? Who
Yeah,
gives
yeah,
a shit
yeah.
after, 13, 14 hours, waiting another 3 hours to wrap in the cooler, blah, blah, blah. Too much of a pitta. Now I just boat it because I hate wrapping it, because I hate the smell that with the steam and the meat when you unwrap it. I don't like it, never did. So now I boat it and I hot hold it for up to 24 hours in the oven. So now the brisket is ready when I'm ready. I get a
Yeah,
good night's
yeah.
sleep. I go about my day and film the close with the taste test. And that's a game changer for me for brisket.
And besides that, that hot hold is just such an effective technique.
So
The
good.
way it allows that brisket to finish, man. For that all that extra collagen to just gellify and really create such a
So
much
good.
more moist product. So
So good.
it's a very, very effective technique.
So good. Is it better than chicken Marcella or chicken saltimbocca, or some of those oven dishes? I'd say not, but it is what it is.
Yes, sir.
But I have to say, you weren't in the thing yet, but if you go back to my channel, I made this jalapeno popper sandwiches from Kent, Daddy Dutch.
Oh yes.
I understand you were supposed to be in Houston. That would have been great because I would have got to meet you, but
Man,
something
I
came
would
up.
tell you, we were in California the week before. Our dog was we kennel our pup, and we picked him up that Tuesday before rodeo. And that evening, man, he started really, really uh, screaming every time he laid down to try to get up. And so, someplace between the kennel and the house, I think he hurt himself. He runs around in the backyard all the time. And so we did not want to put him right back in the kennel, man,
Yeah.
that weekend. So we kept an eye on him, and he's good to go now. But back to your jalapeno popper sandwiches, I got a couple of them from Kent. Uh,
Okay.
the
There you go.
previous, the
There you
previous
go.
Houston, or two Houstons before that one, and it's a delicious little appetizer, man.
So
I
good.
love it. Yeah, I love
So
it.
good.
Thanks.
I close my videos, a lot of them, by telling my viewers that they should make it. It's just become a habit, but I closed that one, and that is one that they really should make.
Yeah, yeah,
It's got everything, man. The soft bread, the crispy bacon. It's toasty on the outside. It's crunchy. The inside's got a little bit of bite with the jalapeno, and it's still, it's still a little chilled in there. And I used some of that Uncle Steve shake, dessert shake, to sweeten it up a little bit. I used ground beef. Kent used pork, and it was freaking good, man. I'll
nah,
make them again.
they look good. Yeah, they look good. I know I enjoyed Daddy Dutch's, man. And that
Yeah,
is something, I haven't done any of those. I call those fun foods.
yeah.
I don't do very many fun food videos, and I need to throw one or two in there every now and again, because that's something that's easy and absolutely delicious.
Yeah. So tomorrow I'm doing a Thor's hammer, a shank. Have you done them before?
Yes. Oh yeah.
And how do you
Awesome
do
piece of meat,
yours?
man. Yeah. Awesome piece. Uh, Tell me you've got the big one and not that little
It's
midget Thor's hammer.
it's the big one,
Yeah, yeah,
big
yeah.
one. I've
I
seen.
I don't.
It's funny you say that because I was doing a little research on it today, and I watched one of the videos, and he had the midget hammer, and when he
Yeah,
it just didn't look right. It looked
yeah.
like
It does not. Yeah,
looked
it
like
does
like a
not.
like two chicken breasts on a
Yeah.
bone, that you're holding, or something. It didn't. Now this one's definitely I can
Yeah.
knock somebody out with this. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Awesome piece of meat. And
yeah,
you're gonna have so much leftovers, man. You can do so many other things with it. And I
I
love those types of cooks where you can get your main video, and then if you're so inclined, you can create something else, another video
yeah.
with some of those leftovers.
Well, I'm a huge leftover person, so I was playing around with how I want to enjoy it when I'm done cooking it. And what's that dish with the beef? You do it with beef, but it's got mushrooms in it, but you put sour cream and you put it all over the meat. What's that called? It's a recipe. Can't Somebody's gonna know it. I don't know. I tried to think of it today. You make it with beef. It's got mushrooms in it. Stroganoff. There you go. Daddy cooks
Stroganoff.
right.
Oh, there you go.
So I was thinking about with the Thor's hammer to a little sour cream, and kind of making it almost like a stroganoff and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
serving it over egg noodles,
All right,
off
I like
camera
that.
because
Yeah, yeah, I like
I don't
that.
want to piss off the barbecue people that I'm putting Thor's hammer over egg noodles.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
was thinking, how I'm going to have it for dinner, and I thought I can turn it into like almost like a stroganoff type deal if the flavor's there. I haven't had it in years. Like I
Yeah.
said, we used to make it in the
Now
restaurant a long time
I
ago.
I remember eating a lot of my mom never made it, but back in the day she used to buy those TV dinners.
Yeah,
And I know they were probably they were called stroganoff, but I know they were probably nothing like a authentic
yeah.
beef stroganoff.
I
You
used to
know,
make I used to make a stroganoff dish out of with filet mignon, and that was friggin' amazing. There's something about a sour cream with beef that just because it's nice and silky. It
silky.
just
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's just
it,
sour cream and beef, man. Just
yeah, it,
over like egg noodles. I
yeah,
I used to be a big egg noodle eater back in the munchy days. After drinking, maybe I would just heat up some egg noodles and just put like a half stick of butter in there, and then grated cheese, and just kind of munch out on that.
yes, sir.
Those days are long gone, though. But yeah, so
Well,
as
one of your videos that really inspired me, and I still haven't pulled the trigger yet, was your Wellington.
yeah,
How long ago was that? Last year?
I've made that a few times. I've actually made a tri-tip barbecue Wellington on the channel. We used to make that at my mom's restaurant back in the day in the 70s. I would make it from that. So there's beef Wellington has gotten real fancy with they put the topping on it with all the X's and this and that and the other. I just take filet mignons, brown it real good, wrap it with some mushroom deglaze or whatever it's called, or I forget what it's called, and bake it in the oven. It's friggin' awesome, man. I love beef Wellington. I love puff pastry. So that's a winner. I've made it a couple times on the
Okay,
channel. The
okay.
videos are, beginning videos, so they're not really that good, but they are what they are. But yeah, you know,
Let me ask. Do you have a culinary background?
I do. So
Okay,
so um I'll give the story real quick. I'm sure everybody in the chat knows it, but so my mother owned a restaurant in Woodbridge. Okay, so I started stocking the shelves. I could have been 7, 8, whatever. I would stock all the with the dry goods. I would stock all the dry goods. Then I went, to the dishwasher. I ran the dishwasher. From the dishwasher, I went over to the griddle, probably 15. I worked the griddle for a couple years. Then I moved off the griddle and went to the station and worked the saute. I did that for a couple years, working under the chef, this and that. So it's in my blood. There's no doubt about it. And I've been cooking ever since. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I love to cook. Nothing gets me when my wife used to work 2 jobs and I was a flooring guy. I would be home at 1 o'clock. She'd be off to her second job, not getting home till 6. This is in the beginning, and I'd cook every night. I'd have dinner on the table because when I light up that stove, man, I'm in the zone. That's my spot.
yeah. I,
So
and if you're anything
it's
like me, you mentioned leftovers. If you're anything like me, Tommy, if I'm firing up the stove, it's going to be a huge pot of whatever. I cannot
yeah.
cook small amounts.
Now,
You know,
you know, the,
I watch people do a video. I saw one cat do a video, man, and he had 3 chicken legs, cooking 3 chicken legs. And I'm thinking to myself, man, why would I
uh,
do 3 chicken legs? Why
I
not eight?
used to
Why not a dozen?
I used to call my mother up like I don't know, 1:30 at night, and of course, I was just getting home and now they got to light up the stove. And I would say, Mom, bring me home beef Wellington. Mom, bring me home lamb chops. She used to bring me home New Zealand lamb chops. I used to eat them at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So, I love the leftovers. I love all that type of food. Um, and I'm with you. I'll always make a lot because I'll eat it and then and I'll give a lot away. So I'll make a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah,
So my wife goes to the grocery stores and there's a guy that works there and she brings a lot of food in for him. He loves the barbecue. He loves the smoke and stuff. So she'll bring it in for him. My neighbor gets a lot of it because I can't eat a lot of the barbecue anymore because I just don't think it's good for me at this stage. Um, so a lot of what I cook, I give away. That's just the way it is.
yeah, no
I
doubt.
don't know how
Yeah,
much. Yeah, I don't know. Slamming brisket, at, twice, 3 times a month.
yeah,
Is good for the soul.
yeah. I've never been
You
that
know.
person anyway. So
Yeah.
brisket, no sir. We will give away brisket. Any large chunks of meat, we tend to give away much of it. Yeah, we
So
definitely do.
so what so what grills do you like to cook on? I think I asked you, but I don't know if we.
I'm a Traeger ambassador. I've been one
Okay.
since 2015. So if it's going to be pellet, I've got 5, 6 Traegers
There you
out
go.
back,
Good.
and we all love our pellet grills. So I absolutely love my Traegers. But Tommy, I've got Weber's, I've got WSMs, I've got griddles, I've got drums, got offset. And believe it or not, man, if you ask me what do I love my Weber kettle, my 22
Yeah.
inch Weber kettle. The
Yeah.
versatility of that little thing, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. You can do long smokes with them if you know what you're doing. Definitely awesome for a quick grill, whether it be burgers, whether it be chicken
Yeah.
wings. I just
Is
love the versatility.
Isn't it amazing? Because really, with all these fancy plug-in pellet grills and this, that, and the other, really, we don't need anything more than a pellet than a Weber kettle.
Oh, well, no doubt, man.
I mean, you could cook anything
Yeah,
that you can cook in an offset or pellet grill. You can cook on a Weber
yeah,
kettle.
you absolutely can, man.
You
Uh,
know,
and
and
uh, and that price point can't be beat.
now I can get them used all day long for $25.
Yeah,
Hell, if I get lucky enough, I can every once in a while I'll see them in the garbage. People will throw them out, you
yeah,
know. And back in the day, I've pulled many grills from the garbage. Actually, my neighbor threw a Weber. I don't think it was a Genesis. It was a lower model. It was a gasser. And it was a little beat up, but he didn't take care of it. It was greased and it was probably only 3 years old, Weber. Um, and I called Weber and got a couple parts and rebuilt it, and she bought a house, my daughter, and I gave her the grill, as her first grill. And it's a Weber. I mean, it's not the Weber of the 80s, It's showing a little rust. Um, but she'll get some good use out of it. I bought a Weber in Atlanta and back in 90 or 89 or something. And I had that grill for about 13 years. And that's when Weber was really on, the shit would run, man. And there's no rust. I had to rebuild it a couple times, but thing was as good as the day I got it. The older Webers, man.
Oh, I will tell you that their current products, man, are lacking.
Yeah.
I just replaced two that I burnt out the little ash cleaning element. I'm
Yeah.
talking the body had rusted, the ash cleaning element was about to fall out, so they were absolutely no good. Couldn't repair
Yeah.
those. I bought a new one, and man, it is so flimsy.
Yeah.
Lots of the parts are just bent up, came out the box bent.
Yeah.
So the workmanship has really fallen off.
Well, I think they're made in China,
Yeah,
or a lot of the parts are not that mean. Look, I'm not one of those. I'm not a basher. Uh, there's many good cars made in China are certainly better than a lot of the American ones. So I'm not that type of person. But I think what happens is Weber was purchased by another company 10 years ago or whatever it was. And when bigger companies buy these grill companies, it's all about the dollar now. Weber doesn't care if they make the best grill. They just want to make the most money. I mean, I think they still put a decent product out, but they're definitely not
yeah,
Weber
and
of
and that's a shame,
Weber.
man. Yeah, that's a shame because I guarantee you, I don't think I'm going to get uh the ones I had were bought in 2010 that I just got rid of, and
Yeah,
I don't think the one that I bought last year is going to make it 10, 12 years.
yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
absolutely don't.
I was just telling somebody because they're in the Halo. I'm in the Halo group, and I was real hot on Halo. I don't know if you've ever heard of them, but they they did pellets and griddles and pizza ovens, but they moved the market forward. They tried some different things, and I got in with them on the ground, but they were just sold like 4 months ago, and I don't know which direction the company's going to take them. They didn't make anything cheap. There's nothing cheap about Halo. I mean, the pizza attachments alone weigh friggin' they'll outlive me. I mean, these things are heavy. Everything is made good with Halo. Not everything's perfect. They're not the best, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they try to be the best. They try different things, but everything is top of the line with them. But again, top of the line is not going to make you the most money. So I don't know what direction Halo is going to go in with this new company that bought them out. So we'll have to
Well,
wait.
man, that's the times we live in, and for every company, we don't know what direction they're going to go.
No.
And because I'm, like I said, a Traeger ambassador, been one since 2015. I know there are shakeups in just about every company. There were years when I do, five events for Traeger, travel here to do this, demo here,
Mm,
and as companies tighten the purse strings,
yeah.
those things go away. You see less and less of them.
It's
And
business.
man, that's across the board.
Yeah. No,
Everybody's tightening those purse strings, man,
sure.
trying
Because
trying to stay afloat.
everybody wants to make money, man. It's all about the money. I don't know if the girls are, I know it's past the girls' bedtime or coming up on their bedtimes. I don't know if they're still in the chat, but they were big on Weber when I first latched on watching their show. All they did was Weber. They wore the Weber gear, and I think they were
Yeah,
looped into
yeah,
them somehow. I don't know if Maddie and Kiki, I don't know if
yeah, yeah,
if um, but I don't think they really do anything with them now. Again, just these companies, it's always about the bottom dollar. It's just the way it is because if you don't have a good bottom dollar, you're not going to survive, I
you're not
guess.
gonna survive, man.
You know.
Yeah,
Um,
somebody's ready to move into your niche.
yeah. So, we're going to have to wait and see for my Halo friends out there. We're going to have to wait and see which direction they go. And if I decide to stay with them, I just got a So I do a lot of work with Z Grills, but I just got a Lone Star pellet smoker. I just uncrated it today. Um, and I'm going to put that Lone Star on the deck, and it's going to be hard to cook on anything else besides that Lone Star. You know,
You know,
'cause
I'm on the contract, so I'm careful what I use
yeah, I hear
in
you.
terms
I
of
hear you. I hear
competitors.
you.
Uh, but man, things, so many things come through that inbox, that email, weekly, and some of them you're kind of like, wow, man, this has possibilities. But because of my situation, I'll just respond. I appreciate it, this, that, the other, and move on. But if and when that time comes, man, I will definitely be taking advantage of some of these emails and seeing if I can't develop a relationship with somebody else.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that because I kind of joke with Ricer from Dead Broke, because I basically told him because at my age now, I just want to make money now. So any of my deals, the only exclusive deal I have is with um, thermometer company. My Z grills, I could use any other. I do work for them, but I could use any other pellet grills. But
Oh,
I
okay,
take a
cool.
lot of work. Yeah, I take a lot. So you were mentioning emails. I take a lot of work from China. So if they reach out to the channel and want me to do this or do that, as long as the product's not total crap, I'll do it. And because it is cooking and they pay, so exclusive contracts are tough business because they really, unless they pay really well,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know, they
you
do.
know.
I see that smile, but you
uh,
know, um, I was telling Al, who was popped on here before you came on, and then we have to wrap up the show. Believe it or not, there's a lot of avenues on YouTube to make money as long as you just don't rely on YouTube to make
yeah, yeah,
right? So if you're
yes, sir.
waiting on that YouTube check to earn a living, you better be Guga or Gouda, whatever
I'm
his name
serious.
is,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
am
because
serious.
ever since COVID, ever since I retired from work to do YouTube full time, I have watched my YouTube money just, go in a downfall and stops, it goes up a little, goes down, but never reaches 2020. But that's okay because there's 7 other companies now, so it's all good.
No, that's the ticket, man. And you'll hear people say they're doing these videos for fun. That doesn't make sense, Tommy. Um,
Yeah,
I'm not gonna kid myself. Money is a driving factor.
of
Uh,
course.
it gives. Secondly, I get that outlet for the instructor in me. Uh, I get to do that because I love it. But money is the primary driving factor, man. Where
Yeah.
else can you get paid to cook dinner at home and show people? You know,
I mean,
yeah, you're not going to be a millionaire anytime soon. But if you're able to get your channel to a point, man, where you're bringing home a couple of grand a month,
yeah.
hey, that's gravy. Yeah,
I
that is
just
gravy.
popped up my I just popped up my guy there on the screen, Eric. I used to work with him. He's a wood guy. I mean, he does phenomenal wood flooring type work, and I worked with him. Um, he just popped in. I just popped him up, but so I'm doing better than I ever did when I worked a full-time job.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, I'm not rolling in it. But as I was talking before you came on, I think I don't really want to roll in it because I don't want this to feel like a business. I want to if I'm making 3 times what I made when I was actually had a job, I'm happy with that. I don't need any more than that. I just want to wake up with a smile, have fun, cook, go to the gym, come home, edit, hardly ever leave my house and make money.
That's
That's
the
all I
life.
want to do. And get,
Yeah.
my wife's starting to look at me because I must have 15, 16, 17 grills on the property. They're everywhere. And, I mean, in March, or April, I'll sell three
Yeah.
quarters of them, because
I'm at the
I don't
point.
really,
Yeah. I'm at the point
yeah,
where one comes in, one has to go.
yeah, there's no reason to cook on last year's model. Right. So you're with Traeger. So if Traeger's putting a new model out, you want that grill,
Yes, sir.
because that's going to garner the most views. That 900, that Tahoma 900 just came out, that got pretty good views, and the Masterbuilt's coming out right behind it. And again with the Lone Star, this is going to be a great year, man. That's what I feel.
Well, man, across the board, I would love to see all these barbecue companies
Whoop, I got you.
get back on their feet, and because it's going to bode well for everybody concerned, man.
Yeah.
Even for the little guys like us.
Yeah. There you go. So that's it, man. We are over 17 minutes. That's the first time I've gone over.
Well, man, I will tell you, Tommy, I appreciate the invite, man. And sorry again. I was just sitting on the couch chilling. Yeah.
There you go, man. I appreciate getting to know you well. And I'll definitely keep watching. You
But
got
man, I
chops,
appreciate your
man. You know
support,
what you're
buddy.
doing.
Yeah, I appreciate your support, man. Thanks a
Yeah.
lot.
I'll talk to you soon, man. I
Yes,
appreciate you
sir.
popping in, man.
All you folks out there, take care.
Be good, man. And
Bye.
hope to see you next year in Houston.
Oh, man, we're going to try to make that for sure. Yeah, we
There you go,
absolutely
man.
will.
All
All
right,
right,
brother.
take care.
All right, man. So that's it, man. We are running late as my man Dead Broke just popped in. And there is my man Eric up on the screen. Good dude right there, man. Knows his wood. I mean, I know there's probably not that many Jersey people in here, but if you're looking for any type of flooring, hardwood, hit me up and I'll put you in touch with the man. Let me see. Atoma is great. Only thing I noticed is yeah, it's if you watched my videos, Joe, the 900 took a couple steps forward and a couple steps back, right? So they did a couple things well, but they had to improve. And I just did a cook the other day. I took a picture of it. I sent it to Scotty, where my fuel again got jammed up. Just didn't fall down the chute. It just got hung up. Not a big deal for me because I always watch my pits and I always have my grills. I always know exactly where my grills, what my grills are doing. And Joe, I see you're from Belmore. I've heard of that. I'm not really sure where that is. And Howell myself. And I think Maddie and Kiki might have checked out. Like I said before, James, it is coming up on their bedtime. So that's it, man. We are going to pop out of this one. We ran late. Next week, I will not be here because I will be out of town. I'll be in Chicago. If anyone's going to be out that way, definitely look me up. I'll be working in the Inspired Home Show in Chicago for a couple days. And then we will pick this up when I get back. And I think I'm going to have this open seat where I can just bring people on. Anybody who pops in, I'll drop a link, pop in. You want to pop on for 10, 15 minutes is a good way for me to get to know everybody like Al. I didn't know really much about him, and I see Maddie just popped in. So that was fun, man. So that was fun. My man CJ, if you've never watched his channel, Scotty, if you could put his channel up there, the dude knows how to cook. If you're looking for pitmaster type cooking and little tricks, this, that, and the other, like I said, I watch him and always learn a thing or two. The dude's got chops. The dude knows what he's doing. And he seems like a real nice guy. So that's a triple perfect for me. So that's it, man. And there is my man Bat first up. Have an awesome week, Tommy. Safe travels. I appreciate it. James, I appreciate you. Of course, Maddie and Kiki, my man Jeff, Joe, the guests, Scotty, my man Eric, Uncle Steve, Kent. We had Kent on for a little bit. Kevin, Lance, whoever's still in here, I appreciate you all. My man 1047, I appreciate you popping in still. And that's it, man. We are going to cut out of this one. Have a great week, everybody. Get those pits all fired up, and we will